Scott Sharman here. Hey everybody. I am, or as you can tell by my squeaky wipers, I'm driving in the rain right now. So I apologize for that. I'm sure that's annoying as all get out. But it's what I get when it's raining. So thank God for the rain. I am embarking on a trip today. So first, this is going to be a bit of a long video. And it's really just going to be a documentary more for my enjoyment and maybe a couple friends that might enjoy it. But anyway, I'm going to be on a road trip today. First, I'm going to go to work for a while and get some stuff done at work. And I'm leaving a little early today, and I've got everything packed up that I need for the trip. And I'm going on a little trip northwest Indiana. And I am going to be going to Vincennes, Indiana. Now, many of you probably don't know anything about Vincennes, Indiana, or the history of it, but I'll get to some of that later also. But for me, it's an important part of my past. I went to college there, and that's where I got started in the printing industry, and I've been in the printing industry ever since. So this marks the 40th anniversary of my last year at Vincennes University. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go up and visit Vincennes. And then to make it even better, I get to go to a Christian concert tonight in Vincennes. And I'll talk more about that later, too. And you'll see clips and all kinds of things. So if you happen to tune in to this little video blog documentary today, this is probably going to be one of my longer ones. So if you're in a hurry, probably just skip it. But if you're interested, tune in, stay tuned in, and you're going to see some fun and have some great times. And I'm excited, going totally by myself on the road, and just going to have a great time. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. See you. Okay, everybody. I am still traveling on my way to Vincennes. I'm getting ready to exit Interstate 64 onto 41, Highway 41 going north. And reminds me of a story. So I used to drive a silver Volkswagen Beetle, a Bug, a 1969 Bug, and this was in 1983, and I was on my way home from one of my first weekends going back home, and I was going the opposite direction that I'm going now. I was coming from Vincennes back to Clarksville at the time, and I exited off of 41 onto 64 on the other side of the highway here, where you see, and my Volkswagen motor blew up. It just boom, blew up and just died. And I coasted up to the top of the exit ramp and stopped, and I walked to a gas station, because you gotta remember there were no cell phones back then. And I walked, I can see the gas station down there that I walked down to, that Marathon down there. And I walked down to that, none of this other stuff was here, the truck stop and all that wasn't here yet. So I walked all the way down there and called my dad. And my dad, bless his heart, the kindness of his heart and love for his son, went and rented a trailer and a driver and a truck to pull it, and they drove all the way up here to get me and drove me home. And it took about, I think I waited about 5 hours or 6 hours, I think it was 6 hours I waited until they got there. And I remember I had in my car, so the battery was still powered up, so I sat in my car and listened to cassette tapes until my battery was dead. And I remember listening to Iron Maiden, first Iron Maiden cassette, over and over and over. And so there's a memory I have. There's a memory I have. So more memories to come, my friends. That was an interesting one. So anyway, on our way. See you. Okay, I am here in Vincennes. I'm pulling in to check in to my hotel. Here, the Hampton Inn Vincennes. None of this stuff was out here this way when I came here. This is all new. So you got to remember though, that was 40 years ago. So lots changed in 40 years. I'm gonna go see if I can get checked into the hotel. All right, everybody. So I can still remember my mother's Social Security number from 40 years ago because I used to have to use it as my check cashing card number. I would have to write it on every check I would cash at Kroger here in Vincennes, which used to be out here on Hart Street. It's long gone, I'm guessing, because I don't see it. But anyway, there was all kinds of stuff that wasn't out here that's here now. But what do you expect after 40 years, right? So anyway, I'm here a couple hours early so I can tootle around and just go out and see what I can find. I'm just going to kind of drive around and get lost in Vincennes and see if I can find my way around. So I'm not sure exactly when I'll come back on or where I'll come back on, but I might pop up at any time. I apologize about the rain and that wiper is going to have to happen sometimes. So anyway, I'm here. I'm in Vincennes. Okay, I'm coming down Upper 11th Street. So this was one of the places that I lived, was at 818 Upper 11th Street. So we're going to see if the little house is still there, and it is, because there it is, and it's little. And I'm going to pull up and take a couple pictures here. But that's it right there, 818 Upper 11th Street. So this is downtown Vincennes. So I remember, here's a memory. I remember the record seller is still here. Oh my gosh. So this is the store that I saw my very first compact disc in. Right here. I gotta pull over here and take a picture of the record seller right here. Hang on one second. All right, Scott Charman coming back to you. I have been here in Vincennes now for I don't know, about 2.5 hours or so, and I've driven around and looked at old apartments that I lived in and where old apartments used to be that I lived in, and just reminiscing and driving around looking at stuff. And man, a flood of memories come back. A flood of memories come back. You know, I think back to the time when I was going to school here at Vincennes, and I think that I was, let's see what I was, 19, 20 years old, and had the tiger by the tail, man. Didn't even realize it. And, man, had a lot of really good memories from here. It was a different time in the world, different time in my life, but it is kind of cool to come here and just drive around and see how much things have changed and what has not changed, and some of the things are still here. My memory, that's for sure. And just also makes me kind of realize where I'm at in my stage of my life now. You know, I'm getting ready to turn 60 years old, which is a trip, which is just amazing to me. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And just grateful I'm getting to still do things that I like to do. I wish my wife was here with me to experience this, but she doesn't care about Vincennes at all, and I probably would be tired of hearing about it. I'd be talking her ears off. But I did call a real close buddy of mine who would relate. So Steve, shout out to you if you ever see this. I know you're not on social media, but shout out to Hobbs, and you know, I know you would appreciate it as we were talking about it. So I'm sitting outside of the Red Skelton Center. I think it's the Red Skelton Performance Arts Center, which I think is really cool that the university named it that. I think that's really cool. I don't know how that came about, but Red Skelton is definitely the most famous person to come out of Vincennes in the modern era, for sure, and became world famous. If you don't know who Red Skelton, he was a comedian, and just a really good one too. But became famous all over the world. It was from this little town of Vincennes, Indiana. So kind of a big deal here. But anyway, I'm excited. I get to go see some of my friends tonight perform, and looking forward to that. I've already run into one of them. My buddy out there cleaning his bus. He's never stops working, my buddy. But anyway, you'll hear more and see more about that in another video. But I just can't wait. I'm just really excited, and just a flood of memories coming back. Went by my fraternity's new house, the house that I was a member. It's been gone for a long time, but there was a couple guys out there, and I was like, they got to be members. They're out there cleaning, right? So I stopped and talked to them and got a picture with them, and said, yeah, I was a member here 40 years ago. They're like, 40? I was like, yeah, 40 years. And I was like, and it goes by like that. And it sure does. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything I've experienced, even the stuff I haven't liked. I'm so grateful. So thinking a lot about my mom and dad as I'm here, of course, because without them, I would have never been able to come and experience this and have in my memory bank. So grateful that I had parents that were just so understanding and supportive, and just, I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, super supportive. So anyway, I'm just grateful. So having a great day and reminiscing, and I will catch up with you soon. And it sure does. And okay, everybody. So check back into my hotel and my big adventure today in Vincennes, Indiana. Just want to kind of give a little synopsis, a little wrap up here. I had a great time, first of all. Had a great time by myself, but still had a great time. Would have had much more fun if my wife would have been with me, but she had other things she had to do, so we'll leave that for another story. Anyway, she doesn't care much for Vincennes anyway, but I do. I have a lot of memories here. So first, I drove around and took pictures of places I used to live, and we visited the George Rogers Clark Memorial and the university, and just drove all around. I had like 3 or 4 hours before the show, and I just drove around reminiscing and remembering things and places and people. It was good to do. It was really good to do. I went to school here 40 years ago, and it's just, a lot of memories. And, I think when I was here, I was 20 years old, I was 19, 20 years old. Didn't know anything about life, and just learned a lot of things about life here in this little town. So, and it hasn't changed a great deal just in its atmosphere. There's more businesses and it's spread out a little bit more, but it still has that Vincennes feel. Lots of trains. If you don't like trains, don't come to Vincennes. You'll get stopped by a train. I promise you, if you drive through the town, you'll get stopped by a train. But that's just part of it, part of the charm. But anyway, got to go over and see a really good concert at the Red Skelton Performing Arts Center on campus. A beautiful, beautiful facility. I mean, just amazing that they have that there. And I'm so grateful that they pay tribute to Red Skelton. And it was really cool. You'll see some pictures in my video here of that. But it was great to go catch up with my buddy JJ Weeks, just one of the nicest guys I've ever met in all of Christian music. Just super, super nice. And it was great to see Sanctus Real again. I love what they're doing. And then, of course, my pals in Unspoken, just, I've had a passion for them since I've been a Christian. And just great to see them doing so well. So, and then I got to meet some new friends. One Cause, a local band here based in Vincennes, Christian band, who put all this show together. And they did a great job. It was so, it's always weird being in a show where I'm not in charge of anything, because I watch them doing everything, and I know what that feels like. I know what that, I'll make sure the VIP passes are up front, okay. Make sure the green room's okay. I know what that feels like. And so I always feel a little bit guilty when I don't have anything to do. And I offered, I said, hey, I've got experience if you need me and want to use me. And they said, oh, okay, thanks. Anyway, it was just a great time. So I'll be posting some videos of some of the songs and stuff from there. I went to the question and answer. That was always cool to watch the guys do the question and answer thing. And got to say hello to a couple of them. They're real busy, so I don't try to impede. But just got a couple hugs and said some hellos. It was
it was cool. It was real cool. So anyway, all in all, had a great time. I'm gonna crash for a few hours and then get up and head home at daybreak. And, just had a wonderful time. So can't say I'll be back to Vincennes anytime soon, but I was here today and it was a great experience. So thank you, God, for allowing me to come back and relive some memories. And thanks to the folks putting on the show at One Cause. Thank you for your hospitality. I really appreciate that. I met some new friends. Someone came up to me and said, "Hey, aren't you Scott from Hush Harbor?" And I was like, "Yeah." It still freaks me out. It was cool. It was really cool. Met some friends. I made some new friends. It was cool. So anyway, thanks everybody for putting up with me. I'll be back on the road tomorrow and heading home. So maybe we'll do a soul cast tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Have a great night. Remember, God's got it all figured out. See ya. Bye.
Good morning. What a beautiful morning. A little chilly here in Vincennes, Indiana. 45 degrees this morning as I make my way out early this morning. Had a great night's sleep here at the hotel. Just reflecting on all the cool things I got to do yesterday and reliving a lot of memories. And not sure when the next time I'll be back in Vincennes will be, but this was certainly a nice trip. And it was good for me. Good for me to remember a lot of things from my past, remember where I come from, and just a great time. Just a great time. So making a trip by yourself once in a while is a cool thing to do. It gives you plenty of time to reminisce and think and just be grateful. And I am very, very grateful. Very, very grateful. Had a great time. So gonna fuel up and head southeast and to Jeffersonville. So ready for a great day. God bless you.